When it comes to people's self-confidence, a great way of managing them is to catch them doing something right. So you're walking around the office and you hear a good sales call, for example, or you see someone that is doing something good. And the bar for that might be down here to start with because they're a new starter. And you praise them in public, catch them doing something right. And then the next time they do something right, you just raise that bar ever so slightly. So catching people doing things right and praising in public is really, really important when it comes to managers helping people with their self-confidence. Another thing I would say when it comes to helping people build their self-confidence is help them to recognize their wins. So often when we're having a bad day and we don't feel particularly self-confident, maybe you feel like you've got that little negative wolf on your shoulder and he's talking to you and he says, you can't do this, you're rubbish, why did you start this, go and do something else. It's because we're remembering the losses and it's our brain playing tricks on us. So as managers, we need to recognize that and remind people of their wins, remind people of their successes. Winners remember the highlights and losers remember the lowlights. And that's our job as managers, to catch people doing things right and remind them of what a good job they're doing or a good job they've done in the past. I would encourage people to write their successes down somewhere. And it's a really, really easy way to flick your mindset when you're having a bad day and your subconscious is telling you that you can't do something. It's just to get people to have a list of their successes. And it could be anything. It could be passing their GCSEs or A-levels, which we would call exams in the UK. Maybe it's a really good university degree. Maybe it's exams relevant to the industry that you're in. Maybe it's a really difficult client that they dealt with. Maybe a really difficult client that they took on. It could be anything, but encourage people to remember their successes, and that will help them when they're doubting themselves. When self-doubt begins to creep in, you can build people's self-confidence back up by just encouraging them to remember their wins. Personally, when it comes to managing people, I prefer to discipline in private. So praise in public, catch people doing things right, praise them in public in front of the bigger group of people. But if you catch someone doing things wrong, then it's best to discipline or teach them in private.